Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card that I'm going to make today, and this is the triple flip card. It's a relatively new die from Spellbinders, and I'm going to show you how to make this very pretty card. So the dies that I've used for my card are the new 6x6 Matting Basics A, and I'm also using the 6x6 Matting Basics B. This is the triple flip card die, and I'm also using the Victorian Medallions 3, and then I'm going to use a little sentiment just to add to the inside of my card. So those are the dies that we'll need. So for my card I've chosen some pretty blue card that all coordinates with each other, and I've got some white card for my base. So to make a start, I'm going to take 2 pieces of card and the largest die, die number 8 from Matting Basics A, and I'm going to cut 2 and create myself a base card. Then from Matting Basics B, the number 8 die, I'm going to cut myself 3 panels. One is going to go inside the base, the other is going to go onto the front of the base card, and this is the piece that I'm going to work on. So with the white panel and Victorian Medallions 3, I'm going to work with die number 1 and die number 2. This is the third part, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to put them face down onto my card so that they're in the middle, and I'm going to cut those 2 together. Now once they've been cut, what you will get is this piece, and you're going to keep this little centerpiece for later. So now we're going to cut this triple flip card, and if you look, it's got the cutting edge all the way around the outside, but the next little parts have only got a cutting edge around 3 sides. This piece here is just a score line, so you'll have 3 cuts there, and that's where you will fold it out. Now once you've put your card on there and cut it out, when you take it off the die, this is what you will have. And if you look, the little holes have all embossed into the card. So this is the triple flip part to the card that we're making. Now this die also has a set of stamps that go with it, and these stamps are designed to fit in between the embossing panels, so you can stamp around your card. You've got some flowers to stamp into the middle, and it makes a really pretty effect, but I'm not using these today, so we'll just pop those on one side. So what I want to do is create some frames that will sit around these triple flips, and they're going to sit in between the dots that are just slightly raised. So what I need is my piece of card, and I need from the Matting Basics B set, I need die number 8 and die number 7, and I'm going to tape those in place so that they can't move. And then with die number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and die number 5, I'm going to sit those in the middle, and I'm going to tape those in place so that they can't move. And then with the number 2 die, I'm just going to pop that separately. Now once you've run that through your die cutting machine, what you will have from this part is this frame, and then from this inner part you will have the smaller frame, and this part will be a separate panel. And then what I decided to do was change out the number 1 die for the number 2 die and cut out a piece of card that says happy birthday, and that's going to sit in there. And this piece is the piece that is around this area, and you can save that for another project. So these are all the pieces that I need now to create the card. We've got the base card. I cut my 3 panels and I took this one and I changed it with the Medallions 3 into the fancy panel. I'm keeping that piece separate because I need that later on. I've created 2 frames. I've got my triple flip and I have my second layer, and this is going onto the outside flip of the card. So let's get busy and make the card. So I've taken my base card and I need to decide which of my 2 panels is going inside and which is going on the front. So I'll put the stripy one inside, and I'm just going to use some wet glue, and this is just Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear, and that's going to sit inside the card. And then the one with the happy birthday sentiment on it is going to sit on the front of the base card, and that's just going to be along there. So now, before you stick your papers on, you need to decide which way around you want your card to open, because that will then determine which way you're going to put the flip on. If you want your card to open that way, then I would attach the flip that way so that it opens like this. But I'm doing mine with the fold at the top, so I'm going to put my flip card on the same way, but not yet. That's going on one side. Now I'm going to work on this. So I'm going to turn it over so that the correct side is facing down, and the same with this, the correct side is facing down, and I'm just going to put some glue around this outside edge. And I'm just going to glue this in place along there so that it's nice and equal. And that's the first part to my flip card. Now from the stripy paper, stripy card, I'm going to use this large panel, and I'm going to stick this inside the second of the 3 flips. Now what you can do with that is stamp a sentiment on it if you wish, and on the finish card I put a sentiment on that middle flip. So just a little bit of glue around the edge, and I'm going to stick that in place. And that's going to sit under there. So that's 2 of the flips done, and on the last flip I'm taking the little panel with happy birthday on it, and I'm just going to stick that to the front of the card. And then on top of that I'm going to add in the central part from Medallions 3. So I'm just adding little spots of glue on there, and that's going to sit in the middle. Now if you look at the frames are going to fit in between these dots. So they're going to sit one along there and one in there. So once I've got my frames and all my flips done, I need to just add some ribbon around the layers, and I'm just gluing it on the back, and then with some glue I'm just going to, just on the outside edge, I'm going to add all this to my base card. So once that's all attached to your actual base, you can put a little bow in, and I'm just going to use a couple of dazzlers, one in the centre of the centre panel and another one on the bow, and that's your triple flip card finished. So there's your triple flips. There's your first flip, your second flip, and there's your third flip, and the inside is decorated to match. I've put some ribbon on it It just needs the bow, and then once you've finished, you've got a very pretty card to send for any occasion. I've stamped the inside, and I've also added a happy birthday sentiment just to finish the card off.